Hello Taurus, and welcome to your general love reading. If you want to book a personal reading, please follow the description box below. You'll see my email, and that is how we book personal readings, okay? We'll get you appointed. Thank you so much for being patient with your readings, everyone, and thank you, Morph Team, for keeping the love alive. Thanks for all the likes, comments, and subscribes. I really appreciate it. I love it. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. Again, it's general. I know everybody wants to hear their name called, but this isn't Simon Says. You know, it's not a game. So I just really want some people to really understand that. And you don't have to have any of the signs in your chart or be one of them or be dating one and definitely apply. You could apply more than the next person will who has those things in their chart, believe it or not. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what Taurus has going on, what Spirit wants to say about your love life and about your love interest. Okay, if you don't have a love interest or something, remember it's general. Okay, let's see Taurus. The Seven of Swords. The Four of Swords, and the Tower. For your love interest, the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, okay, and the Star card. So definitely two completely different attitudes here, two completely different perspectives about one another. You could be in a relationship, you could maybe not. The person may not even know that you like them like that. I mean, but this just looks like regardless, you two are not on the same page. It looks like you guys are starting from the same spot. The whistle blows, you say go, and you guys always seem to go in like opposite dispersion, opposite directions. You could have been in a relationship. You know, you could have tried with an air sign or so, and it just didn't work out. You know, you could be trying and keep trying with this person. You don't understand why it keeps like having to come back and do it again and not get anywhere, okay? But again, it doesn't look like you're two on the same page. Now, you can switch the roles. This person is you, okay, Taurus, but the other person that we're going to talk about could be you. So let's talk about person one, person A, and I'm going to go with you. So you're in this air energy, it seems, Taurus. And Seven of Swords talks about quite a lot. But it talks about, in this reading, that you're not committing to this situation. You're not giving everything you have to this situation is what I want to say. You know that if you guys have like a one-night stand or, you know, you're coming over, one-night stands can happen millions of times over multiple years, you know, but it's the principle at fact, and you just know that you're not going to sleep over. You know, you want to, but you just don't. You know, you kind of leave, you know, that behind. Say for an example, it's like you guys are having like intercourse and you guys like to go multiple rounds in the night. You only go for the one because, you know, any more would make you feel too much. I feel like there's like a non-committal, a scared, you know, standpoint that you're in, Taurus, where you're just like, you know what, the most strategic thing for me to do is to leave before I'm caught into Charlotte's web, you know. So that's your feeling. You're scared. You're you know, some of you could have seen this person for the last time. That was the last time you saw that person, that air sign or that fellow earth sign, that last night that you were together, that last midday when you left, and then, you know, you guys had never seen each other again. The Four of Swords, it got you to thinking, you know, it got you to meditating, because I think maybe some of you are tired of living like this, whether you've done this in a loop with the air sign or it's your first time. There's something about, you know, you not being completely honest where you are and where you devote your time. There's something about a lot of baggage that you carry, hurtful pain. You want to be committal, but you always have to leave before the clock strikes midnight, or you did with this fellow earth or an air sign. And so you're home, and this card talks about meditating, because sometimes you just need time to just think to yourself and relax and not make any decisions, maybe even have no music on, no sounds, no people, or you have your favorite music on or something, but where you can meditate and just think about everything you've been doing, what matters to you, who you love, what you want in your life. You know, I feel like Taurus, you may, you know, something about an air sign has got you really up in the air. Something about something that, you know you need to do, you know you need to stop doing, and like has got you just I don't even want to say unbalanced, but in a way, it's got you unbalanced. And it's so funny because your person is completely balanced in all that they do, even if they're not being committal, even if they're not doing and choosing the right things. Something about them is still level grounded. So Taurus, that could be you. But also for this person, number one, the Tower card. So it looks like you decided, or this air sign initiated the breakup, initiated the last thing, the last straw. Maybe you knew it wasn't going to work out because, there could have been a third-party situation. But I see that this side, number one, just has like a lot of thinking to do. They're really up in your head. So Taurus, it could be you that's really up in your head, or an air sign. It's really up in their head about the relationship that they have with you, or you have with them. And it's gonna have to fail this perspective that you're in. Sometimes we get into these deep, dark perspectives of who we are and where we are and who are people in our lives, so that we can start over and build in a more sturdy foundation. So with the Tower card is a revelation once you hit that bottom to come right back up. And it looks like this air sign, or you, Taurus, is just like, was kind of waiting for the downfall, was kind of waiting for, this rocky foundation, or this rocky connection or friendship or relationship to kind of just fall through. Because, sometimes it's like you don't want it to fall through. It's not like you're just sitting back like, I can't wait until they find out the truth that I, did this and did that and then we're going to break up. No, it's like you feel the fickleness, you feel the wobble, and sometimes some people don't want a harder impact when they fall, so they kind of already just kind of sit back or make sure that they leave before, the person can utter I love you and stuff like that. So you kind of knew it was coming and you were just kind of waiting. Maybe some of you had like gone and cheated on them, you know what I'm saying, on that fellow earth or air sign. Some of you went and cheated on a water sign as well. And you were just kind of sitting back at home waiting for them to text you with like, what the hell is this? And so I feel like this Taurus or an air sign was definitely waiting for something that you did. Okay, so maybe when they woke up, you weren't there. But anyway, person number two starts off with the Six of Pentacles. That's your energy, Taurus. So there's a Libra involved with that air sign. It could be a Libra. There was a third-party situation for some of you going on, or something someone did just to make sure, just to like push the breakup or push the truth further. You guys aren't really doing it the right way. You guys aren't really playing fair. But there's something here where two of you are not on the same page. There's no mirror either. There's just looks like the both of you understand your logic. Both of you understand in the way that you move and the way you do things. So if someone's in this energy, well, if someone goes do 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 do, according to my calculations, that means that they're not in love. They don't want a relationship. That means this, and that. And then your other person is just like, okay, well, there's someone else, or I can have someone else, or whatever in the meantime, when you feel like you want to come back around, so says the earth to the air, or vice versa, then I'll be here. But they have someone else that they can definitely tend to. There could be like a marriage or a relationship elsewhere. So that's probably why, someone here doesn't believe that, it's too serious to like be stable and be grounded. But this other person, or it could be you, Taurus, remember, that's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, there's a deep love here, and innocence in the love. So I guess that's why you two just try not to like say too much. You just kind of try to leave at the right time, or you try not to say too much. You try to just let things unfold, but you may not be realizing that you have like a really big hold. You have a really big you're dictating this tower, though. You really are, when you just sit back and wait for things to just happen and unfold, when you've put in no effort, and when you weren't even lying and sneaky about it. You just left the clues behind as to what, maybe you didn't want the relationship, or maybe you just found out about their third party. So it looks like they're not going to necessarily be honest about it, but some of them are going to be honest about this third party, or about somebody else that they're loving or keeping on the side, or that they've been giving to, as to why, you're here. So, you may be the person under the balanced scale, because regardless of how you come off and how they come off, and regardless of the shitty things either of you do, okay, it may be like a connection here that's a little deeper. You know, I'm thinking of a twin flame connection because I love how in sync you two are, even in the tower, even when you try to take yourselves out of the equation, you know, there's still like an in sync where no matter where you two are, it seems that even when you both are hurt, it's the same amount of hurt. So if you're wondering if the Taurus, you know, is hurt by your situation and hurt by their situation and hurt by how you two can't come together, they are. You both are devastated. You both suffer this tower, and they want you to know that this fire sign or this air sign or Taurus, that you even though you feel like you're alone, obviously you're not. They feel exactly the same way. Okay, so again, with the Six of Cups, you know, you guys could have known each other for a while. It signifies two adolescent kids. So it just talks about the innocent love and the natural bond that you two have. The butterflies, you know, loving someone, your first crush. So this love is very heightened, especially if you're older than, you know, 13. You know what I'm saying? So it talks about that in abundance. It talks about memory lane. So it says that your person or you could be really thinking about the other. So again, the feelings are mutual, but it's just that you guys can't seem to come to a common ground because one or the other is like really upset about a third party being the matter. But someone here wants a wish fulfillment. So your person wants a wish fulfillment. They could be a water sign as well. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. They want a wish fulfillment in love. They want a wish fulfillment, and mostly in themselves as well, like where they could just learn how to like stop the third parties and stop the selfish attitudes and the acts of, you know, kindness. You know, they want to stop the acts of if they're married, adultery. You know, this, they don't want to be selfish, and they don't want to be they don't want to be selfish. They don't want to be hurting you. They don't want to be having people string on the side and all that stuff. They want to wish fulfillment in themselves, to be better, to know that there's something. So it says a part of that is part of their mental health, you know, more so like if they're like fucking the whole town, it's a mental health thing. They have insecurity issues. They have their own trauma that they're dealing with. So their number one wish is to rid of third parties and have a wish fulfillment with you and love you, love one person, but they want to love themselves. So somebody here, Taurus, it could be you watching, needs to love themselves because they're constantly, you know, thinking about one person, but they're serving two. This person here is constantly non-committal and sleeping around or doing whatever they're doing, but in a very non-committal way. You have no intentions of staying with the people that you say I love you to. So with all these swords energy, you can, you know, actions speak louder than words, but here actions and words are being spoken. Some of you just the actions, some of you just the words. But it says with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, you're making it very clear and very blunt to people, one thing and then doing the other. But it also says that you're in and out of people's lives, okay? You could have air in your chart, but this air energy is really in and out of people's lives and then goes back home to just say, oh, like it's like you did something really bad. You know what I mean? And then you just go home and play your music, kind of like a sick, twisted fuck, you know? Sorry, it's just a mentality. It's not a personality trait. So, you know, and then, you know, this happens to you and you seem like you're on the smaller end of the stick, but regardless, this other person is equally affected just because it may be a twin flame relationship. And obviously because of the things you do, you two affect each other. And that's what this person is here to tell you, that the things you do affect me, okay? Or the other person is trying to tell you, but they want to wish fulfillment with you. They want to wish fulfillment in love with you, okay? So let's see what we can get for this Seven of Swords so we can help you out here. For Taurus, tell me about this Seven of Swords. You know, the Taurus, you could have been in a marriage, and so it's kind of hard for you to kind of open up in a new situation, okay? It's hard for you to open up in a new love where, you know, it seems like they're not even so serious. I'm not sure. Seven of Swords for Taurus. So the card that fell right on top of the Seven of Swords is the Three of Pentacles, and we also have the Seven of Wands. So we have more earth energy, and now we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius just got added to the mix. So, you know, someone here is big into third parties, and one person here knows about the third parties. Maybe both sides have a third party situation, just a lot of backup plans, just a lot of fickleness and no committal issue. It's like somebody here, and it looks like both of you now, but are in and out of multiple people's lives or a couple people's lives, you have like backup plans. But there is one person here